artists, this is Miss Funk from Gatewood and Tanglin. Today I'm going to be walking you through making a basic street corner using 2-point perspective in SketchesSchool. So the first thing you're going to do is open up your SketchesSchool app and you're going to be starting a new project. So you're going to find Sketches, you're going to click on Sketches. As you can see here, I have a couple sketches already done. What we are going to be working on today is the bottom left-hand corner. You can see that this is a street corner and it's got 3 basic buildings on that street corner. Today's goal is to make one corner building. The other 2 are additional. If you feel like you're understanding the steps and you want to try it out, you can do that. That's great. Up in the right-hand side, you can see that that picture is a little bit more finished. It's got a sidewalk, it's got windows, it's got doors. That's going to be next week's addition to this lesson. So for today, we're just going to be making a street corner with the basic boxes for our buildings. So you're going to start a new project. And you are going to use, I like to use pencil for this because it's a little bit softer looking, but you can use any of the other markers or drawing materials that you want. I'm going to open up the ruler tool at the bottom and I'm going to make a peace sign with my fingers and I'm going to rotate that ruler tool. I sometimes have a hard time with this. I'm going to rotate that ruler tool so that it is at 0 degrees right across the middle of my paper. This is going to help me make my horizon line. So I'm going to draw along that ruler line here. There's my horizon. Put away your ruler tool and you are going to make 2 marks for your vanishing points. So remember, vanishing points are where all the lines converge on your drawing. 1-point perspective, there's only 1. 2-point perspective, there's 2. So now I have 2 vanishing points here and I'm going to pull my ruler back out and I'm going to make the corner of my building. Here's my ruler. I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. So you can see it's going to say 90 degrees. Kind of go right in between those 2 dots. And you're going to draw a line that goes near the top to near the bottom. So this is going to be building number 1. Now what we're going to do is we are going to connect the top of the building to the vanishing points and the bottom of the building to the vanishing points. So take that peace sign with your 2 fingers, turn your ruler. It can be kind of tricky, you just have to stick with it. All right, there we go. Get it connected if you can. Sometimes it moves just a tiny little bit when you let go with your fingers. There we go. So I'm going to connect the top here. There we go again. Grab that ruler, move it over, connecting the top on this side as well. I'm going to take my ruler, connect the bottom of the building to my vanishing points. So the right side is going to go to the right vanishing point on this step. The left side is going to go to the left. Look at me having trouble with my ruler. Here we go. Sometimes it helps if you make sure that your fingers are touching down on the ruler at the exact same time. Okay, so it's not 100% perfect, but that's okay. It is what it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the sides of my building. I'm going to take my ruler, go 90 degrees again. And this is the side of the building from the front corner to the right corner. I'm going to draw again a line here and I'm going to move my ruler over and I'm going to draw another line here. Please make sure that it's at 90 degrees. So now I have my first building drawn. I'm going to go in with my eraser and it's going to help make this building look a little bit more like a box, like an actual building. And remember, we're going to be working on windows and doors next week. All right, so I'm going to go in and I am going to be erasing where the top of the building meets the horizon line. I'm not going to be erasing where the bottom meets it because that's going to help create my road. And it's also going to give me a space. It's going to give me the bottom line for my other buildings as well. So we don't need this top line anymore. We can get rid of that. It's going to be a different top line for each building depending on how tall it is. And then I'm going to get rid of where my building crosses over the horizon line. So I'm erasing away the horizon line where my building overlaps it because you can't see through an opaque building. Opaque means that it's not see-through. All right, so building number 1 is finished here. If that's as far as you feel you can get today and you need some help from there, hand this into your teacher, get some feedback before you start working on the 2nd and 3rd buildings. I'm just going to walk you through making those buildings on here as well. I'm going to try and go a little bit faster through these. All right, so I've got my ruler at 90 degrees already. I'm going to move it over and I'm going to create a building on the left side. So I need to pull out my pencil tool and I'm going to draw a line. This building can be taller or shorter than the other one, doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect the top of my building, left side to left vanishing point. Oops, there I go again. Right side. Look at me having trouble with my ruler here. It kind of gets, let's see. All right, 2 fingers, peace sign. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to connect the right side over to my right vanishing point. And for these, you can cheat just a little tiny bit. And by that, I mean you don't have to draw all the way across. You can just stop where your other building would naturally stop your line of view. Now, the bottom has already been drawn right here where the building connects, but I haven't drawn the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cheat that line just a little bit. I'm only going to go until you can see my building, until the front building overlaps it. So move this up just a tiny bit and draw my line here. Now I'm going to go back to 90 degrees and I'm going to draw the left side of this building. I'm going to go over and draw the other building just before I grab my eraser tool. You can see all the little mistakes I'm making along the way. If you ever make a mistake on your SketchesSchool, there's a little back arrow up in the left top corner. All right, so I'm going to make this building back here too. I'm going to turn my ruler. The left side is going to go to the left vanishing point, but again, we're going to cheat it just a little bit and just go to the building. Turn my ruler. There we go. Really have to concentrate on that sometimes. And I'm going to cheat that line just a little bit. I'm only going to go to the building that overlaps it. Now I'm going to turn my ruler again. And I'm going to connect the top right to the right-hand vanishing point. I don't need to connect the bottom right to the right-hand vanishing point because it's already connected. We're using that same line from our first building. So now I'm going to make the side of the building at 90 degrees. And I'm done with my ruler tool for now. Put away the ruler, put away the pencil, grab your eraser. You're going to erase away in the sky where those 2 buildings connect, or the corner connects to your vanishing point rather. You're going to erase away any little crisscrosses that you may have created in the process. You're going to erase where your building crosses over the horizon line, so you're really only going to have a tiny little amount of horizon in the background. And if you get really wild and you want to fill up this entire street corner, make it really look like a city, you might not see any horizon line at all, and you would just have your buildings going to vanishing points, and that's how people would see the perspective. So at this point, I am going to consider myself done for today. You're going to save this picture. So what I do is I click on the 3 dots, and I'm going to click on the arrow that's going out of the box, and I'm going to click Save Image. The reason I'm not going directly into Seesaw is because you might be signed into your classroom teacher's Seesaw. It's a little safer to save the image, make sure you're signed into your art teacher's Seesaw, and then upload the picture from there. So save the image, and you're done for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with you next week to show you how to add windows and doors and sidewalks.